Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be setting up my paycheck 2 for December. So this is from December 13th until the end of the month. I get paid again on December 31st, and then that will be my first paycheck for January. So here I've already kind of set up the layout for my paycheck 2 breakdown. I accidentally started filling stuff in, so you'll see phone right here and then roll over, and I was like, oh wait, I need to film this. So this budget is actually going to be a lot smaller than the first paycheck. So I recently just filmed my paycheck 1 overview, which you'll see right here. So this is my paycheck 1 overview, and it's got additional things like the Christmas cards, the Christmas tree, and I don't have those categories on here. There's also extra in my income and fixed expenses, and that's all kind of minimal here. I don't expect to get any money from James or Eamon, so this is just going to have my rollover, my paycheck, and then other. I do actually anticipate other being a little higher simply because I tend to get Christmas money from people at my job. And so, yeah, I already kind of listed everything out, so all I have to do is go over numbers. But there are only 2 bills that I have for this half of the month, and that's going to be my phone bill for $50, and I just send that straight over to my mom. She is... we're still on the same plan, and so I just send her money. Then I have Apple Music, and Apple Music is gonna be $9.99, and that comes out automatically. Then over here in my variable, let me just zoom in a little bit. So let me actually backtrack. Oh, I have my rollover here listed at 0, and I don't fill in my paycheck. So that's why at the moment, this looks a little bare. So for the what this means, first half of January is, I put half of this paycheck and then the half of my first January paycheck towards rent. And that's how it always works. So it's kind of like I forever have at least $650 in my bank account constantly rolling over for rent. So that's exactly it. I'm budgeting $650 for that. Then for student loans, so I've already paid off what I thought I was going to pay in my first paycheck. I thought for the month of December, I'm going to pay $800. So I was able to pay that in paycheck number 1. So based on what I anticipated my paycheck being, I'm putting 0. However, with it being a little higher, the actual is going to be, there will be additional money put towards my student loans. For time sinking funds, that's $215. For my cash sinking funds, I switched these, shoot. So cash is $215, Chime is $100, and I just transfer that over to my Chime account. I have a debit card that I use for those sinking funds, and you'll see that because actually after I fill this out, I'm going to stuff some of my envelopes. So for groceries, I'm budgeting $300, so that's $150 each week. Eating out $125, and ooh, I should be budgeting like $5 because I am over in this category. If you looked at my paycheck overview for the first paycheck, I'm way over in eating out. Next I have Amari, and so for Amari I'm budgeting $65. For gas I'm budgeting $40. I will likely use some of this for an Uber home. I have my holiday party this week at work. For household I have $25. For myself, I'm budgeting $40, and I do not budget for unbudgeted. One category that you will not see here is my savings. Because I don't fill in my paycheck, I don't include my savings, because if I fill that number in, you could add everything up and figure out what my paycheck is. And that is going to be it in terms of my paycheck. What I am going to do is fill in these totals really quickly. So let me pull out my calculator here, and I will zoom back out because I'm using my massive iPad. I need to just get a normal calculator, but I do kind of like having something so in my face. So for my variable expenses, I've got $650 plus $215 plus $100 plus $300 plus $125 plus $65 plus $40 plus $25 and another $40. So that puts me at $1,560. And then for my fixed expenses, so my bills, that's $59.99. And so as I do my weekly check-ins, after towards the end of the month, I'll fill in my weekly check-ins. I'll go back and fill this out, and then I will look at my paycheck 2 and my paycheck 1, and then use those to fill in my monthly budget. I know that seems like a lot to keep checking in with all of these pages. However, for me personally, I need as much accountability and as much stuff in my face showing me my numbers so that I stay on track. This is what works best for me. It might not work for you. I know a lot of people budget electronically. I'm actually switching up my system. So I have been using a Franken planned hourly and deluxe monthly for 6 months. And I do still have the other 6 months bound and ready to go. However, I have not been carrying this around with me like I had anticipated. You know, I started bringing a gym bag and other things, and my bags just have gotten heavier and bigger. And so I started also bringing my iPad with me, and so it's just been a lot. And so for a more subtle, smaller on the go, I've been using the petite planners. So I'm actually going to test out for January and hopefully February and, you know, so on, budgeting in the petite planners. I will be doing everything in the petite planners and possibly using the deluxe monthly portion for January through June as a social media planner, keeping that at my desk here at home and being able to reference that when I sit down to start doing videos. So yes, the next step I'm going to be doing is, move this to the side. It is going to be my sinking funds. So I set up my sinking funds page here. This is just a view of how much I'm putting in for the entire month. And then these are basically split in half for paychecks. So let me pull all of that out and I will be right back. Okay, so I have all of my money here. It's like majority 5s and a 20. And then my cash envelopes here. I've mentioned before that I do need to make new ones, but whatever. So I've already taken money out for Christmas and for Amari's birthday. I took out my money yesterday, and then I ended up going shopping for Christmas / Amari's birthday, so I needed to add that money in the event that I needed it. So that's already $50 and then $40 taken out. So the next one that I'm doing is New Year's, and so I'm putting 10 for the month, which means 5 for this paycheck. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 50, now 55. That's, you know, if I want to get a nice bottle of champagne or a nice little outfit, whatever, because we're not going to the club. I think my friend's going to throw a party and we're all going to go there for Valentine's Day. This is another 5. So I currently have 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, and now 90. And it's great because, you know, it's December. I have $90 ready for Valentine's Day. I'm not stressing out about it. For James' birthday, I'm adding 5. I should have 70 right now. So that's 20, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, and then 75. I like to save for events like this in advance in very small amounts, hence the 5s, because it's not overwhelming on me later on. So for Easter, I'm also putting $5. I have 20, 30, 35, and 40. I will probably stop funding this one soon because we don't do like a whole church, whatever. This is more to just get him an Easter basket. For Mother's Day, I will be including 10. I only have 5 right now, so here's the other 5. For Father's Day, same thing. I only have a 5 in here right now. Here's the other 5. I just started saving for those again. For my birthday, I have 10 or 15 right now. 5, 10, 15, and 20. Then Eamon's birthday, I should have 35 in here. So 20, 25, 30, 35, and now 40. Okay, Mother's birthday. So I should have 35 also. Their birthdays are both in July. So here's 30, 35, and now 40. For Halloween, this is a 0. Look at how worn this is. Oh my God. There's only 5 in here, so I'm adding another 5 to make that 10. I might up the amount for Halloween as it gets, later into the year, depending on what we decide our costumes will be. For Thanksgiving, I have 5. I will be adding another 5 to make that 10. It's kind of crazy to think like I'm already saving for Thanksgiving of next year. But $5 a paycheck is really not that much. Other holidays, so it's supposed to be 20, which means I'll be putting in 10. So I should currently have $50. So this is 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and then another 10, which means $60. So this is for anyone's birthday that I don't already have on this list, and I plan on buying them something. So it could be my little cousins, my grandmother, things like that. Amari's clothes, 20, so that means I should put 10 in. I currently have 10, so another 10 is 20. For my clothes, I still have my 20 in here. Oh my God, I'm gonna add the other 20. So I should have $40. I've been shopping for everyone else and not myself. That's a good thing. Home decor. So I should have 10 in here right now. I do, and I will be adding another 10 to make it 20. Some people stuff their envelopes for the entire month, but for me, that's a lot of money coming out of my first paycheck, so I don't do that. Family photo, I should be adding 10. It is empty right now because I recently took family photos. So we will be putting 10 in. And then the last category is events. So I should put $10 in. I've already used the first 10 that I had. Here's another 10. And that is it for my cash sinking funds. The ones down here listed are the ones that go to my Chime account. So I've already added that money and we are all set. So thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you'd like, follow me over on Instagram at Steph's Budget. Thanks. Bye.